allow me to present my screen. And as I do that, I'm going to stop my video so that there will be better clarity. Okay. Right. I'm sharing my screen now, but just to be sure, let me just confirm with you, Anastasia, if you can see my screen, please.
Yes, I can see it.
Good. Thank you. Thank you very much. Right. So the business opportunity that I would like to share with each one of you today is one that is presented to us by a company by the name of Virtual AVs. Maybe for some of you, this is your first time. Others, perhaps they've been here before, but there is always something new to learn. You know, it's actually very exciting when you hear about this business opportunity because of how easy it is to do and the kind of, you know, economic independence that it can grant to each one of us. At this time when economies are doing poorly, you know, it doesn't hurt to have an extra source of income. So if you're a professional, like myself, she said, I'm a teacher. I'm actually a teacher by profession. If you're a stay-at-home mom, if you're in the, you know, informal sector, if you're a student, whatever it is that you do, you know, whatever your standing is, this is the business for everyone. So sit and listen up, and you just never know. Today might just be the best day, you know, the best evening of your life. Right. So this company, Virtual AVs, what they have done is that they have presented a business opportunity to the common people, you and I, through an app that you can actually download from Google Play Store. So Virtual AVs not only stands for the name of the company, but it also stands for that app. You know that in this 21st century, all businesses are actually moving the app way, the convenience, you know, and what this Virtual AVs stands for, the AVS stands for Virtual Airtime Vending Software. So for the very first time, we are able to use a mobile app to buy airtime float and be able to take care of our needs in terms of airtime. So you don't have to now go to the shops. You don't have to go through the bank, you know, right? You actually can be able to get airtime on your phone. And the best part is you get paid for doing that. Something that we've been doing before without getting anything in return. For the very first time, we have this company revolutionizing that and giving us that opportunity to be able to earn from a habit that we do, you know, every time, you know, buying airtime, we deplete the stock, we buy again. These are some of the top management of this particular company, whose inception was in the year 2020, actually in August of 2020. We have the CEO, a lady by the name of Daisy Sheriff, and Daisy Sheriff has a degree in telecommunications and a passion for IT. Why is this important? Because this particular business opportunity, you know, that uses a mobile app, you have the IT part of it, and then the product that we sell or that is involved here is airtime, which is in the telecommunications industry. So you can see the CEO, Daisy Sheriff, very well placed, therefore, you know, in this particular company. And then there is Said Norwood, who is the director of marketing. Now, what is interesting about this guy is that besides being, you know, a scholar and a professional, right, he has, you know, an inkling towards community service, enabling people, you know, to basically stand on their feet, empowering people. And that's what this business is about. and sharing the love, sharing the opportunity that we're doing now so that everybody benefits. There's nothing as good as, uplifting a community where everybody, of course, benefits, right? Now, there are also other top management of the company, and information about that can be very readily gotten from the internet. If you go to the website, www.virtualavs.com, you'll be able to get whatever information that you might need. You can do a check, check them out and see whether you feel that, this company is well-placed, well-grounded, to actually deliver on the promises. Now, like I mentioned, the company began in 2020. And at that point, it was the membership, of course, was small in terms of business partners, even in terms of, countries and mobile telephone operators, that were involved at that point. But of course, like I'll be able to demonstrate in the subsequent slides, you'll see the growth, the mammoth growth of this particular, business. Okay, so 2020 when it started, and the target is at least having 347, number of service providers. Okay, now it's often said that the value of a system lies in the use of it. So perhaps the million-dollar question is, what's the value of this particular app? Okay, and are you able to realize that every time you use it? Now, for me, the value of anything worth mentioning is in the usability, in terms of who is able to use this particular app. How easy is this particular app, is it to duplicate, for example, and whatever promises, whatever it is that it promises, are they able to deliver or not? Okay, so once you actually download the app from Google Play Store, you realize how easy it is to operate or to use that particular app. And for me, I think that's where the real value is. Now, what is this virtual AVS? In very simple terms, it is a system that allows you to convert airtime users anywhere in the world to become your loyal customers, earning you passive income. Now, when we talk about passive income, and I'll be able to explain that a little further later, there is income that you don't have to actively work for, income that you earn without having to break a sweat, without having to wake up at 8 o'clock, sit somewhere in an office, or wherever it is, and, put in those hours. It's money that you earn while you're literally sleeping. Now, so when the company promises us that we are able to convert airtime users anywhere in the world to become our loyal customers, it's because we all get interrelated by, via our mobile phone numbers, right? So I can very easily call someone, say maybe in Nigeria, introduce them to the business and be able to leverage on the airtime float that they buy. I can be able to, for example, link up with somebody in the States who can become my business partner. Okay, so I do not limit myself to my country, right? I cross borders because the app is able to deliver on that. How is it able to do that? Because it is a distinguished world-class airtime banking software, and it is designed in such a way that millions of airtime users globally are able to get that opportunity to earn from the ever-expanding telecommunication industry. But what Virtual AVS does is that it provides a platform for us to be able to make money, to monetize one of the fastest moving consumer products in the world, and that is airtime. Now, and it's not just airtime only, by the way. There is also data, and I'll be able to explain that later, and utilities as well. Initially, when the company started, the only product was airtime, and now we do have utilities. And I'll tell you what those utilities are, as we move on. When we talk about the ever-expanding telecommunication industry, this is what we mean. Look at these bar graphs and see where, the comparison between the communication industry and other industries, okay? Now, when you look at this graph, the one in white, now, way back to say 10 years ago, 2010, you can see how big other industries were. You can see the growth, okay? Now, alongside that, look at the communication industry. Look at the value, over 500 billion US dollars. Now, 5 years later, look at the growth of the other industries and compare that with the growth of the communication industry in 2015. Now, look at 2021, right? Other industries, the growth was negative, okay? Now, whereas the communication industry, you can see how much growth was realized. Now, the projection was that by the end of 2021, wireless telecom services were expected to generate at least $1 trillion US dollars in revenues. But guess what happened? Okay, the market size was actually valued at double that, 2.01 trillion in 2021, last year, when the economy, global economies actually had almost, were almost at a halt. When businesses closed up, when people lost their jobs, that was at the peak of the COVID-19 pandemic, right? But what happened? The telecommunication industry, you can see it thrived. So we are looking at an industry here, therefore, that is not dependent on those other external factors now, like pandemic. The other industries, from transport, to manufacturing, they all actually almost were on their knees, but the communication industry, you can see how much it thrived, because with the absence of travel, because we couldn't travel, we were all grounded, really. So the only option that was there to be able to keep in touch with our loved ones, to be able to keep in touch with our colleagues, with our neighbors, and others, was by calling them. So we talked more on our phones, we SMS'd more, we used our phones more. So we spent more money on our phones. And guess what? As you're spending that money, there was somebody who was well placed, by the way, and made money out of that. You who had not learned about Virtual AVs, you did not earn anything, but those who actually earned millions from your expenditure, right? Now, talking about the app being active in a number of countries across the world. Now, if you look at the red dots, hoping that they're visible, you can see the places where, Virtual AVs has footprints, okay? And 2020, when it started, like I said, there were hardly maybe 3 countries and just a couple of, business partners. But today, the growth has been great. Now, Africa has the lion's share. Top business is actually in Africa. You can see the red dots are more widespread in Africa than any other place. Second, Asia Pacific. And then you've got other areas. The latest entrant actually is the USA. So, though it has been a challenging tough, frustrating uphill journey, the experience, of course, very humbling with many lessons to learn. But what has happened is that as we speak now, 1 year down the line, looking forward to August, when we celebrate the 2nd anniversary, we can only look up and say, wow, the growth has been great. These are some of the countries where the app is active. So anyone in these countries is your potential business partner, okay? Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, all the way to Central Africa, West Africa, Senegal, Jamaica, Haiti, Cuba, Southern Africa, Swaziland, and all. And then you can also see the United States. And I think the latest entrant is Central African Republic, okay? And this list is growing by the day. I think at the moment, 37 countries, and we're looking at least 100 countries perhaps by the end of this year. So anyone in these countries, if you know anyone, it could be a relative, okay? It could be a colleague, an acquaintance, anybody that you know from any one of these countries is your potential business partner, okay? Because at Virtual AVS, we love, we share, we empower. We share the business, we spread the love, and when we do that, of course, we empower others because you don't want to gain alone. Now, you're therefore being invited to the dining table of those who are earning millions in this telecommunication industry. Now, Virtual AVS is giving you your ticket to the dining table. So it's up to you now to pull your seat and claim it and take advantage of the 5.22 billion unique mobile phone users in the world today. That's just how huge the market is. So are you going to be part of those dining at that table, or are you going to be part of those who will form the menu on that table? Because airtime, for sure, you will use, definitely. But are you willing to benefit from the airtime that you use and that which is used by your business partners? Or you want to just load airtime, talk, and that's it? So if you want to join the dining table, therefore, then you need to get started. How do you get started? Very, very easy. Download the Virtual AVS app from Google Play Store for free and sign up. I'll be able to take you through the stages later. Then don't stop there. Of course, once you download it, you'll be able to do a few things like buy airtime float. You'll also be able to perhaps even, sell airtime, but you cannot earn any money from that because you are not a licensed business partner. So you need to get a license, and the license is $69. $69 that is valid for 24 months or 2 years. So you purchase the license and you become a business partner, and then you refer people so that you can start earning now from the powerful Virtual AVS referral system. This particular business is anchored on the multi-level, a mode of distribution, okay? So basically what that means is that you share the opportunity with others. You build a business community, and that way you all benefit. Then start loading airtime using the Virtual AVS system, which is now at the moment covering at least 27 countries, and the target is 100 countries with hundreds and hundreds of mobile operators, okay? Then for you to benefit fully, and I'll explain to you how, you are advised to upgrade your account with $75 to be able to start earning bulk airtime commission. I'll be able to explain what that is and why you're recommended to do that. Then, of course, you recommend others. And you can now smile as you earn a huge profit from this world-class proven system. As easy as that. That's how you get started. Now, how do you grow your team? Remember, I said that, what you do is you are supposed to share the business with others, okay? And of course, every business needs customers, okay? And customer is key, even in this particular business, okay? Now, how do you ensure that you get, you grow your team? You as a business partner, what you do is you need to talk to others. You need to share the business with others like you're doing now, okay? You need to put in that initial effort, okay? So let's say maybe you talk to just 3 people, and this is just a model to illustrate just how easy it is for you to grow your team. So you talk to person A, you talk to person B, you talk to person C. Now, these persons could be your relatives, it could be your colleagues, it could be your neighbors, it could even be strangers, right? Now, they see the opportunity that you've seen, and they too purchase their licenses. So at that level, you've already earned yourself 3 business partners. That is level 1 or generation 1. And then you tell these 3 people, now replicate what I've done, talk to 3 people each, and they do the same. And at that second level, you have gotten an additional 9 business partners. Now the 9 do the same, right? And at the 3rd level or the 3rd generation, you've gotten yourself an additional 27 business partners. By the 4th level, when they do the same, 81 business partners, right? Now, you may choose, of course, to register more than 3 direct business partners, because, and even your team also, your Salesforce partners can also choose to do the same. Nobody's stopping you from sharing the business to 20 people, to 50 people, to 100 people, so that instead of 3 here, you have 100 business partners. You can imagine by the time you get to the 4th level, how many business partners you'll have, So it's as easy as that. You share the opportunity with others, right? And they too do the same, okay? Now, what's the compensation plan? You've done all that. You have a community, you have a team of business partners. So then, what is it for you? What is in it for you and your team as well? Now, you as a business partner with a license, you do not get license commission, because let me first mention that the company is very generous in its compensation plan, because when you're a business partner, having purchased a license with $69, you're actually entitled to 3 forms of commission: license commission, airtime commission, and utility commission, okay? Now, you as a business partner, you don't get any license commission, because that is your ticket to start doing the business in a legitimate way. But the 3, remember, that we talked about, that you spoke to directly, anybody who is in your 1st level, anybody whom you spoke to directly, anytime they purchase their license, then you get $10 from each one of them. So if they're 3, you get $30. If they're 10, you'll get $100. If they are, 1,000, depending on the number. So it's up to you, but you get $10 from everyone who is in your 1st level. Then the 2nd level, remember, the guys that your ABC spoke to, the company recognizes your initial effort, and therefore you are given or paid $4. From the 3rd to the 10th level, $2, 11 to the 15th level, $1. So you can imagine by the 15th level, when you've got 1 million business partners, and you're paid $1, each one of them. Now, let me mention that these monies don't come all of it together. No, it comes when they purchase their license. So if in one day you've got 3 business partners purchasing a license, then you'll be paid in real time, right? If your level 2, you've got 3 people, 5 people purchasing a business, license, or say maybe in a week or in 3 days, you get paid. So you get paid when they purchase their license. Now, the same with airtime commission as well. You, as a licensed, business partner, the company compensates you with 0.5% of all airtime float that you purchase up to $20. Okay, and then for your team, from the 1st level to the 15th level, you get a flat rate of 0.4%. Okay, but there is now something even better for you, as a licensed business partner. Any float that you load over and above $20, you earn 10 times more, 5%. So if, for example, in any given month, you use airtime of, say, $70. So for the initial $20, the company pays you 0.5% of those $20. Then for the $50 that is over and above the $20, you get 5%. So you can see the more you use, the more, commission that you get. And this is where people actually decide to sell the airtime. They buy airtime float, they earn their commission, and then they sell it and they get their money back. But you need to know that our core business is not even selling airtime. No, it's actually sharing the business so that we earn passive income. That's where the real money is. Then you have the utility commission. This is a very new one, by the way. And I think at the moment we have, 2 countries that are enjoying this commission. Of course, very soon it's being rolled out to all the other countries, Ghana and Nigeria at the moment. Now, there are those utilities, at home, those bills that we pay. Now, for the very first time, we can actually pay for those bills using the app, just like we buy airtime float, using the app. Now, you're looking at payment for cable TV, you're looking at payment for electricity, payment for water, water bill and all. So you can imagine, that you really have to pay for those utilities, But now, here is a company that is actually ready and that is actually willing, that's giving you that opportunity to earn something in return, so that once you use the app to pay for your electricity bill, then whatever the value, you paid 0.04%. And it doesn't end there. For anyone in your sales team, from the 1st level to the 15th level, you get paid 0.04%. Can you imagine? So when we talk about a great opportunity, to be able to improve our lives that is provided by Virtual AVs, this is what we're talking about. Because airtime, you'll buy, really. You'll use airtime. You pay for utilities, and that's it. But now, you use the app to do that. You get paid for it, So you can see why it's very important for you to join the rest of us at the dining table. Now, we talk about the corporate business. Okay. Now, the company realized there was a gap. There was a particular market that had not been taken care of. Okay. And that was the corporates. These are companies that buy data in bulk. Okay. These are the companies that buy airtime in bulk, depending on the nature of the business, insurance, even supermarkets and all. Like when you get those, SMSs, telling you their discount and all, those SMSs that are sent, the bulk SMSs. So what the company did is that they approached these corporates and, introduced themselves and got into some kind of agreement, or some kind of contract that they'll be able to provide them with those the airtime to be able to get, the bulk airtime and the bulk data. Now, where you and I come in all this is that there is capital that is needed to be able to service that account. And that's where you and I come in. By upgrading our account with an extra $75, okay? What happens is that the company takes $20 to take care of administrative fees that includes taxes and all. And then the remaining $55 is put in a pool of capital. And that's what is used to service these corporates. You know how difficult it can be for individuals to be able to get these accounts. Of course, the red tape and, a company to an individual, sometimes they might think that you don't even have the economic muscle to be able to service those accounts. So the company, if Virtual AVs was gracious enough to include us. So what happens is that we get a share percentage, excuse me, of this dividend now. And we are paid on the 15th of every month, only to all the upgraded licensed accounts. Okay, so by the company Virtual AVs signing contracts with those companies now that purchase airtime, SMS, and data in bulk, we benefit by giving $75. And by the way, the $75 is valid for 60 months, 5 years. 5 years. So how is the compensation now? The bulk airtime commission. You who has upgraded your account, on the 15th of every month, the company pays you 1% of the $55. It comes to 0.55 of a dollar. Now, anybody in your team from the first level to the 10th level is paid the same. 1%, 0.55 of a dollar. From the 11th to the 14th level, you get 0.4%. That is 0.22 of a dollar. And the 15th level, you get 1% again, 0.55. So what is very amazing about this bulk airtime commission is that, number one, it is paid on the 15th of every month when everybody is very broke, right? In fact, we are counting days now. Tomorrow will be 13th, and then 2 days and you're like paid, And the fact that you really do not have to do anything to earn this passive income. Like I said, this is income that you earn when you're literally sleeping. So once your sales team upgrades, because they must upgrade, you only get paid from those in your team who have upgraded their accounts, okay? So you can imagine at the 10th level, right, where you got 2,000 business partners and you paid 0.55 of a dollar from each one of them. And it's a recurrent income every month without fail. I'll be able to share a screenshot of some of, the bulk airtime commission that some of my business partners have actually been able to earn. So let's look at these figures now very quickly. We've talked about percentages and all. So this is a commission projection. Remember, we've talked about license commission, we've talked about airtime commission, we've talked about passive commission, there is a bulk airtime commission, and the utility float commission. So when you have 3 business partners, and 3 could be 10, could be 20, the first generation, you pay $10 as license commission. That comes to a total of $30. Okay. Now, total airtime 0.24. Okay. Remember the 0.4%, you know, and then the bulk airtime, it comes to 1.65 because it's 0.55, you know, times 3. And the total utility, you get 0.12 over $1. Okay. By the second generation, you can see, and I want you to look at the passive income, see how this grows. From 1.65, the next level, it's 4.95, right? Look at the third level, you know, for triples actually, more than that, 14.85 over $1, right? You know, and you can look at the generation 5, 5th level, 133. By the time you get to the 8th level, this is some good money, $3,608, you know, US dollars. You can convert that into your local currency. Okay. Now look at in terms of total license commission by the 8th level, you're looking at over $13,000. You know, total airtime over $500 as well. You know, utility by the 8th generation, 262 over $1. And remember, you put these together now, you know, and if you thought that was good money, now look at the projection up to the 15th level. Okay. By the time you're at the 10th level, you already have at least 59,000 business partners. And you're thinking, how now? Very easy. You only spoke to 3 who did the same. You know, who did the same. If you speak to 10, you know, even if you'll have maybe 2 or 3 falling on the way, then you can be sure that you realize these big numbers of 59,000 business partners by level 4, or even level 3, level 4. You'll have this kind of business partners. Okay. Now, by the level 15, you're looking at having a sales force of over 14 million people. Right? Look at the total license commission, over 21 million, you know, US dollars. Look at the airtime commission, over 1.7 million, you know, dollars. Look at the total bulk passive income, over 9 million US dollars. The utility, you're looking at 860,000, you know, US dollars. So it's really up to you. These numbers are real. Can pick your calculator and work out. They're very, very real. So it's really up to you, your initial effort, right? And your team, how hungry you are for the big money. But like I said, passive income, that's where the money is, because whether you buy airtime, whether you're able to share the opportunity with someone and they buy a license, even if that does not happen, the passive income, the bulk airtime commission is paid without fail. Okay. Now, look here at this screenshot of somebody's AVS wallet. And you can see the credits from the airtime commission, very small amounts, 0.02 over $1, 0.004. You know, you can see very small amounts, by the way, cents. You know, look at the timestamp. Look at the frequency with which this cent hit your AVS wallet. You know, because someone maybe is buying airtime for maybe even $1. So, and you're being paid 0.4% of that, you know, right? So you can see this particular person, and this was August of last year, the first anniversary, this person had already withdrawn $15,512 US dollars. That in my local currency, the Kenyan shilling, is well over 1.3 million shillings. You can imagine this person by this August, now the second anniversary, because the business has been growing. This person is smiling all the way to the bank. Okay, so yes, people have earned money. You can see that, and I will be able to share with you how you're able to withdraw these big amounts of money want to earn this kind of commission. And I promise to share with you somebody's AVS wallet, the passive income. Now, you can see the screenshots. I've got the summary here. You can see in June, this person just earned $30. Not much, maybe enough to buy yourself some, fruits, perhaps, The following month, 15th of July, they doubled to $60, right? And the next month, it was almost double, just a few dollars shy of double, $120, And September, you can see 169, October, 230, November, 297. January, this person was at 444. This is what they were paid. In February, they were paid 525. In March, 610. In April, 698. You can be sure in May, in 2 days' time, they'll definitely be paid more than $698. This is enough money to pay your rent, really, by all means, to subsidize maybe school fees or whatever other businesses that you're doing, okay? So yes, people are earning money. Passive income is a way to go, and that is why you're recommended to really, upgrade your account, okay? Now, how do you withdraw your commissions? I promise to show you. Once you click on withdraw, this is what comes, and you're asked how much do you wish to withdraw? US dollars. So you write, say, maybe 50 US dollars. By the way, you do not need a dollar account. The app is intelligent enough to be able to, it's a world-class app, really, and therefore, once you put in the money in US dollars, whether you're withdrawing via mobile money or the bank or even a Bitcoin, then the money will actually be converted into your local currency. You get the money in your local currency. If you're withdrawing via mobile money, minimum is $10. If it's a bank, minimum is $20. Crypto, it's $23. And, maximum, it's up to you, really, depending on how much money you have and how much money you want to withdraw. But once you make a withdrawal, there is a 72-hour window that is given just for security reasons. The same way with banks, once you do a withdrawal, you have to wait, for some hours before you can make another one, okay? So, these are the success steps, okay? You download the app from Play Store, pay 69 user license, talk to friends, refer them, earn commission from the airtime that you spend. Make sure that you load airtime using the Virtual AVs, app to generate in airtime commission, yourself, of course, and your team. And for you to benefit fully, upgrade with $75 so that you can earn bulk airtime commission. So once you download the app from Google Play Store, then what you do is you are supposed to, fill in these details. First of all, the username, and then the first name. Username is whatever name you want to use. It could be your nickname, it could be your business name, it could be your surname, whatever name you want to write. Yeah, anyway, right? And then you put in your first name, you put in your, last name, then you select a country, okay? And selecting a country, you click on the country and the flag comes, and then you input your number. Now, you do not have to include the country code, okay? You leave that out because the flag takes the place of the country code. And then you can also omit the prefix 0 at the beginning. Put in the number like it appears there on the screen. Then you have to put in an email address, an active email address. Why? Because once you finish up filling these data here, An OTP, one-time password, will be sent to your email address. You'll have to retrieve it and put it in to complete the process. That's why it's very important for you to put in, an active email address. Then you might ask, what is that? It will ask you for an upline number. Upline is the person who introduced you to the business, the person who invited you to this Zoom presentation, the person who shared the business opportunity with you. That's your upline number. Ask them what number you want to put in, because some actually operate multiple accounts. And then you put in a password, okay? And after you put in a password, you confirm it, and then you click on sign up. And once you do that, voila, you get the customer account, this first one here, okay? You can see the functions are a bit limited, but nevertheless, you'll be able to buy services, by the way, and not just buy services only. Buying services, when you click there, you're able to buy airtime float, and you're able to use the app. You familiarize yourself with the usage of the app, announcements, your wallet will be there, because someone might want to send you ABS dollars. But at this point, you're not paid any commissions. Why? Because you're now supposed to upgrade to become a partner. And once you upgrade, then you get this middle one. You can see the functions are more, okay? Because you have the ABS wallet, you are paid commissions, of course, for any airtime float that you purchase, right? Salesforce team, once you click here, you're able to see who is in your team and what generation, whether they have a customer account, whether they have a business partners account, you'll be able to have all that. But at the bottom here is this button, upgrade. You are recommended to upgrade, because once you upgrade now, you not only earn from the three, commissions, there is license commission, airtime commission, and, utility fees commission, but you'll also now earn from bulk airtime. So once you upgrade, you get the full-fledged, full business account now, where you also earn the passive income. Okay, right. So, right. So now, this icon here, or this widget of buying services, once you click on it, you are able to buy airtime. You're able to buy your user license. Actually, once you click it, you can buy your user license. You can load utility float, and you can even buy AVS dollars from bank or mobile money. You can buy AVS dollars, okay? Now, this one of AVS wallet, okay, your wallet is this way now. You have what comes in and what goes out, okay? The commission payments. The utility commission comes in, license commission comes in, airtime commission comes in, bulk airtime commission comes in, okay? And you can actually send peer-to-peer recipient, you can send someone ABS dollars. And from your wallet, you can purchase utility, pay for your water, pay for your electricity. You can send someone money, peer-to-peer sending. You can buy airtime float, and be able to buy airtime for yourself. You can buy license, and you can withdraw via mobile money or through the bank or cryptocurrency, okay? Or cryptocurrency, that matter. So there you are, okay? Once you are able to do that, of course, then you can talk about being a proud business partner. You'll have realized the value of this AVS app, the AVS system, and you'll have been able to use it and benefited from it. Because in essence, really, the value of a system is always, lies in the use of that system, okay? So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you very, very much for listening to me. Thank you for, tuning in, really. Thank you for taking the first very bold move to listen to this as you make up your mind whether this is the business that you want to do or not. I'd want to mention that this particular business that is open to anyone who has a mobile phone has actually changed people's lives. People have testimonies of where they started and where they are now. And it doesn't end there, where they are going to, because the company keeps on improving every time. They keep on, giving us new products every time. And with every new product is another avenue for you to earn lucrative, commissions. Thank you very, very much for tuning in. I'm hoping that for those who are here for the very first time, you've gotten, a bit of, a glimpse of what this business is all about. Of course, we encourage you to join in other Zoom presentations that we have, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, same time. We also have them again on Wednesdays and Saturdays. And, if you want any recording of any presentation, that can be made available, okay? And for those who are